But see, this
But
this what I want to say to you though. I understand all that y'all saying, but if a man gets on TV and say, "I walk the campus daily," then the kids say, "Well, we never see you. He refused to meet with us. We haven't talked to him since August." Okay, are you lying or are you telling the truth? Now, Roland Martin say, "I want to come and see things on campus for ourselves." Well, we'll talk to you, but you don't have to come on campus. And now it's a lot of back and forth where if you're telling the truth, or come in and show us the showers that the kid's supposed to have. He can't do it because it don't exist. And you got a man running the institution that's telling these kind of lies. Now everybody, oh well, we could have did a sidebar, we could have did this. Now this is all this mold and mildew and all this stuff that they talking about. I sat back and I listened to all of this stuff today on what them kids were saying that was going on. And I just do not believe that they're lying about those conditions. Now,
they're
I
probably not.
mean, it doesn't make sense. And these guys at the top is wearing these suits and driving these nice cars and everything else. I'm not against anybody being paid, but you cannot be stealing and putting that money in your pocket. And then see what they do with black folks. They start talking about the lack of funding and lack of money and all that, and everybody's supposed to understand that. That's why the water crisis and all that is fucked up. Everybody, oh well, they supposed to understand that. Okay, well
Yeah,
you the man in charge. What the fuck they gonna do about it? You the man in charge.
yeah. I mean,
Just like
this
Ed
needed
Reed
to
went
be
to all
exposed.
these rich guys and everything and tried to get some funding. They could have did the same thing. And if you're not gonna help these kids, step aside and get out the way so somebody else can help these kids and stop all this.
I agree with you
I mean,
totally, right?
yeah,
I
I,
agree
You
with you
know,
totally.
yeah, I agree. It
I
needs
mean,
to be
bottom.
stopped for sure. But go ahead, Buck.
I mean, bottom line of it is, I mean, yeah, it may have been a different. He may have gone about it a different way, but I can understand the reason why Ed Reed went the way he went because it was such a shock to him. Um, you know, so I mean, he went to the U. So, with that being said, you going to Bethune-Cookman, you're expecting to see, even though it's similar, and he didn't see that. He saw dilapidated, and yeah, we had a couple of hurricanes come through here, but a lot of that stuff was already damaged before the hurricanes came through. I mean, being honest about it. So I mean, you could tell the difference between what's hurricane damage and what's not. Yeah, you're gonna have a little bit more mold, you're gonna have a little bit more mildew because of hurricane damage, but a lot of that stuff was already there before then. So with that being said, I mean, these kids are using these poor facilities. I mean, if the sport facility is this bad, could you only imagine what they're going through as far as college facilities go? The things that we are seeing that Ed Reed brought to light was so shocking to him. He had no other choice than to come out the way he came out.
I don't know. I think
So
he had a choice.
yeah, well, I mean, he may have, but I think the way he did it to bring it to light. So I mean, you see that the media is gonna come over there and check out the campus and things of that nature. You know, we're gonna really find out what's going on next week when the media gets out there and starts investigating. And these leaders at these HBCUs that are doing these kind of things, dressing up and being all snazzy and got this fine cars and all that kind of stuff and not giving the money back to the students and back to the campus and things of that nature. This stuff needs to be brought to light, and these guys need to be thrown out of here and get people in here that run these schools and run them right and bring our HBCUs back to prominence the way they're supposed to be. So and have schools that our kids can be proud of and get the correct curriculum and be able to, have the teams, the NFL teams, or whoever that may be interested in them come to
and
these facilities
and
and everything be all right.
we always think as black people we got a problem. We supposed to keep it behind the closed doors or between us and all that. No, it's time out for
Mm-mm.
that. When people are
No, we
not
need
doing
to,
what they supposed
this
to do, you supposed to be on their ass about it.
I
regardless of
think
how it
what
was
we're
done.
going to see, and Eminem, you can speak to this, and we'll get ready to wrap it up. But I think we may see a domino effect behind this. We may see other schools, maybe their students start to rally and speak up. to try to bring light to some of the situations they have. And again, I'm not disagreeing with you all as far as this stuff needing to be resolved and people need to be held accountable. I definitely believe that people need to be held accountable. The only thing I just disagree with was how he did it. I don't think you come out the gate, guns blazing like that. Because like I said, there's not a job in America that won't fire you for doing something like that. Yeah. So he shouldn't expect to have his job. But M&M, you think it's going to be a domino effect?
Not really, because stuff like this happens all the time. It's just that all of a sudden, I guess people, on the national scale or whatever, that didn't know HBCUs exist. When Prime came to state, it kind of made people look at HBCUs, but it ain't like they hadn't been here. I never stopped following. I remember, I forgot exactly what year it was, but anyway, it was on the news. It was on the national news. But students brought it to light at Grambling. They didn't have like proper like nutrition, like as far as like electrolytes, and stuff like that for practice, and pretty much, I understand the whole the hose pipe thing. That's just old school coaching, but what it is, time done passed by a lot of that stuff, and the players brought it to light, and of course when Doug Williams came back and coached for a little while, he cleared some stuff up, because definitely he loved his school. But I'm saying the same thing, which was horrible. The players themselves brought it to light. Now, like I said, I'll put it out there for y'all if I ever find it, because like I said, I think it was like the early mid 2000s when it happened, but it was at Grambling, and they got it rectified. All HBCUs have problems, ain't nobody saying that, but I think that that a lot of the HBCU Islam, just for the most part, is more like, well, if people genuinely want to help, come on, but just to always have a connotation like you saving these savages and all that, a lot of times that have backlash. And when certain people look at stuff like that, it's like, because if you're an investigative reporter like Roland Martin, if he's doing that, that's absolutely fantastic, because that's what it's supposed to be. If you okay, even this show, even Q's show, he bring out something and throw it to us, and we bring the that's what we're supposed to. But if you give somebody a job, this is my opinion. It's hard for me to believe that every being born and raised in New Orleans, and not going to HBCU, but damn near half his family that probably did go to HBCU. Southern one no better. They stayed just ragged as hell. They probably done fixed it now. I mean, you might not know specifics, but you done heard things. Like I say, so to put on a show and do it like that, I just think that, I'm just saying, to do it like that, then the good that could have came out of it was just going through the channels, fixing the shit, then saying, hey man, look how fucked up this stuff was before I got here. Then it's pretty much all good. We're gonna fire these people. I'm all for that. But it's just, if you talking about this gonna be your employee, you still gotta respect it. I mean, even if they did wrong. Yeah. I don't know how many dead wrong employees I don't work for. But if you want the job, I mean, you still gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. I mean, the guy on the side can say what the hell he wants.
Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.